week's recipe, your host, Rafaela Gullo.
Hi, I'm Rafaela Gullo, and today we're going to be making floozy brownies. Now, if you don't know what those are, get ready because I'm about to rock your sweet tooth. What floozy brownies are is a decadent, rich 3-layer treat of cookie dough, Oreo, and brownie. Now, that being said, we're going to start by pamming our pan. Now, what this does is it helps keeping our treats from sticking when we pull them out of the oven. Now that that's done, what we're going to start doing is putting down our first layer of chocolate chip cookie dough. Now you'll see what I'm about to do is I have this spoon and I'm dipping it in water because it helps me scoop out the cookie dough easier. What I'm using today also is pre-made Nestle Toll House cookie dough. If you want, you can make your own cookie dough, but for the sake of today, this is what I'm making. And depending on what kind of cookie lover you are, you can make your first layer as thick or as thin as you want. It's totally up to you. And don't be afraid to get in there and press down your cookie dough. What helps is if your cookie dough is kind of tough, set your cookie dough out 20 minutes before you start baking, or the process in general, so that way it can soften and it's not as much mess. And if you want, you can make your own homemade cookie dough too. That's totally fine. You can put your own spin on it. Like maybe if you don't even like chocolate, you can use white chocolate chips cookie dough. Like it's up to you. The world is your oyster. Now that our first layer is done, what we're going to do next is start putting in our Oreos. Now what I like about this part is not only is it fun, fast, and easy, I can also, if you have milk nearby, you can dunk your Oreo in and snack while you're doing it. So I'm just going to put them in here. It doesn't matter if there's any gaps, you can put in as many or as few as you want, because once you put this treat in the oven, the cookies are going to get soft anyway, so you don't have to worry about cutting around circles. So now that our cookies are in, what we're going to start doing is making our brownie layer. So what I'm using today is Pillsbury Dough Dark Chocolate Brownie Mix. I'm using, you can make your own brownies if you want, but I love Pillsbury and I love their cinnamon cookies and their recipe, so this is what I'm using. So what you're going to start off with is you're going to need 2 eggs. Some recipes, depending on the box you're using, ask for 1 egg, 2, 3, depends on what they want, but this is what we're doing today. So I'm just lightly cracking the egg on the side. It took me a while to master this. I used to lose some shells, but not today. And then next, all you're going to need is 1/4 cup of water, which you dump in. And you can just dump everything into your bowl. You don't have to worry about making a mess, getting an extra bowl, or having to whisk together your eggs. So now I have this vegetable oil, and we're going to need to measure 2/3 cup. And after that's done, you just pour it in. And now you're ready to start stirring together your brownie mix. Well, we're about to take a commercial break, but when you come back, I'm going to show you how to finish up this delicious recipe.
Imagine if the most beautiful things in life looked like this. Many in developing countries don't have to imagine. This is a reality. The World Health Organization estimates that 285 million people worldwide are visually impaired, 90% of which live in low-income settings. Now, imagine those people finally seeing clearly because of you. For every pair of optimistic optical glasses that you buy, another pair is donated to someone in need. Don't lose sight of what's really important.
3-layer treat Before you left, we put in a layer of cookie dough, and then we put in our Oreos. Now it's time for some whiskey business. So what we're going to do is stir around our brownie mix. While you're doing this, you want to make sure that by the end you have no clumps. Make sure there's no egg left, because why would anyone want salmonella brownies? And this is the time where if you decide that you want to add some extra things in, like maybe some nuts or some extra chocolate or anything like that, this would be the time to do so. So now that this has been whipped, what we're going to do is we're going to start pouring or drizzling our brownies onto our cookies. And like I said before, now you can see that the brownie layer is filling in all of the cracks. So once that's done, you take that to the side, and if you haven't already, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And you're going to let your treat sit in there for about 28 to 31 minutes. Depends how long you want to leave it. Some people like their brownies more cakey, some like them more fudgy. It's all up to you. So once you put that in the oven and you take it out, this is going to be what your brownies will look like. Now they're stuck there, but I'm going to show you. Now you can see all the cookies and the fine layers in there. And I know the seasons are coming up and the holidays around, so if you want, since these are still technically cookies, you can take your cookie cutter and you can cut your brownies, cookies into any kind of design you want and then decorate them. And get this, if you have scraps left over, trust me, you're going to want to keep and eat every bit of this treat. Trust me. So what you're going to do is take your scraps, put them in a bowl, crush them up, and then say maybe you have some ice cream. Take out your ice cream and then pour your scraps on top of it. Now you've got a sundae with brownie, chocolate chip cookie, and Oreo. I mean, why would you go to this? You don't even have to leave the house. So what I'm going to do now is cut out one of the brownies so you can really see the layers. I cut it into a heart because I love sweets. And it's real, I made it real cakey and gooey because I like molten chocolate and all that. But you can really see the cookie dough and the Oreo and the brownie. And you can warm it up, you can put it on top of, ice cream on top of it, you can do whatever you want. And this will be, you will be the next hit at your next holiday party. I'm just going to taste this real quick because I can't resist it. Mmm, so good. It's so good, I'm sinning. You'll want to die and go to heaven when you eat this treat. And next week, what I'm going to be showing you how to make is Baked Alaska. And what that is, it's a cake that you set on fire. So it's pretty fun if you're having a big party, something you want to attract attention to, show people something that most people haven't had. Baked Alaska. Oh my God, so good. So, my favorite treat, my favorite dessert is chocolate. So most of the desserts we're going to be making on the show are going to be chocolate or chocolate based, although I don't like chocolate mousse. I don't like coconut. So we won't be making anything like that. So if you don't like that, this probably isn't the show for you. But thanks for tuning in to Simply Sweet. Have a simply sweet day.